in order for you and me to devise some kind of method or strategy to offset some of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man to go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Amadeus.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Amadeus.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Amadeus.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your
Amadeus.
skin?
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Amadeus.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Amadeus.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
In my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for Keefe. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. know me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle? You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans?
How old are you?
Hey, Brian. I love the way you speak, but for me, it was the pants. I don't like the pants too tight. I'm kind of ghetto, too, so I like them a little loose, and that was just it for me.
Okay. How old are you?
34.
You're 34? Mm-hmm. How many kids you got?
I got 3.
You got 3?
Yep.
How many baby daddies?
I have 3.
You got 3 baby daddies. Okay.
I should have said 0, because it's just me.
You gonna lie to the public?
No, I have 3, but it's just me. I'm a single parent. Okay. There's no man in my life.
Okay. No man in your life?
Nope.
Why is the reason
boys.
for there no man in your life?
Well, my first child, his father passed away, and the other 2 are nowhere to be found. So, what can you do?
They do you like that? What's wrong with them?
Something. Only God knows.
Or is there something wrong with you?
Possibly. Hey,
All right. Well, what do y'all have to say about that? Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original QueenAShakur show. I'm your host, QueenAShakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so let's get back into it. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. It doesn't cost you anything. With that all being said, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._AShakur, TikTok at Dr. Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. Also, please do your due diligence and make sure that you're still subscribed. Okay, please double check, especially if you haven't been receiving those notifications. Okay, now let's see who is up in here. All hell nah, okay. Bronze Flat Power God, the lovely T, Queen Amona Huey. All right, Claudette, I see you. Terry Hinton, Mr. Elevation, said, I'm here for the Queen's receipts and the nefariousness. Okay. All right, my aunt Egypt is in the house. Dragon Lily, Deronda, 504 Nola, Antoinette Clay. All right, Jeff ATL, I see you, beloved. Perplex is in the house. A shout out to all of my loyal royals and my moderators putting in work. I see you, Desmond. G from the land is here. And shout out to that Crazy Beach Aries. All right. Cherokee to Cinnadale. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. Once again, y'all know we're getting a late start. The Queen just can't be on time. Sorry, guys. So let's talk about it. Hey, Danielle. Okay, Nessie X in the house. That Crazy Beach Aries. There she is. I knew she was coming. Okay, so that all been said. First things first. Now, you know, they arrested T.I., okay, in a supposed case of mistaken identity, with which I think is a whole load of BS. And so we're going to get into that. But first, let's talk about the stock market crash. Okay, let's talk about it because I find it all so interesting. Now, I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this TikTok that I did about this yesterday. And we're going to talk about that briefly because we're going to talk more about it on the backup channel because Trump is, in fact, blaming Kamala for it, okay, a.k.a. Kabami. And also, I'm going to be dropping some more receipts on Kabami. Yeah, we're going to get into it because we're going to talk about Nina Simone. Now, those of you who've been following me since day one, since 2020, you know that I already told you about this years ago. Okay, how Nina Simone's family blames Kabami for them losing the estate. Okay, so we're going to get into that and more on the backup channel, so stay tuned. With that all being said, everyone, please get the likes up. Thank you in advance. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Shakur. The stock market is currently crashing today, and all of a sudden there's been a shift in global markets. Let's get into it. This morning, the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell more than 1,000 points. This is the kind of drop that only comes during a time of intense economic fear and anxiety. Please pay attention. The fall was connected directly to Japan's biggest market crash since Black Monday in 1987. Warren Buffett says that he cut his shares in Apple by about half and then sold off even more shares of Bank of America, one of the largest too big to fail banks. Please pay attention. Now they're saying the intricate global lattice work of cheap foreign money and strong domestic companies has basically propped up a world that's facing pivotal wars and elections, and now it's starting to show some cracks. They also say that last week, U.S. stocks had the worst day since the darkest days of the pandemic. Many economists seem to think that today's sell-off was overdone and was triggered by fear rather than a rational view that a recession would reasonably come. They say everyone is looking for the next domino to fall, and what comes next is hard to see. I find it interesting that they said last week U.S. stocks had the worst day since some of the darkest days of the pandemic, because the pandemic was in 2020. And what else was going on in 2020? Well, I'm so glad you asked. You see, it was an election cycle. Now, is it just me, or could it be that every time there's an election cycle, they start talking about the stock market crashing, about the economy being so bad, and about a possible recession and all of these things? It sounds to me like a whole lot of fear mongering, which is what we pretty much get every time there's an election cycle. Okay, please pay attention. Another thing I find interesting is the fact that they're sitting here trying to tell us about a recession and stock market crashes and having us all concerned and worried. But people are coming across the borders and they're being given thousands upon thousands of dollars in food stamps, as well as thousands in cash. Please pay attention. Then they have the audacity to say that these things happen during times of fear and anxiety. That's interesting, because aren't they, in fact, the ones creating and causing the fear and anxiety, all by design? That's just my opinion. Please pay attention. Okay, so there you have it. And that is absolutely my opinion. At the end of the day, I find it all very interesting, because there's always something going on with the economy every election cycle. All right, that's just what it is. Yeah, tricks of the trade. Exactly. They always find something going wrong with the economy. And then they also find some poor Black person who was murked by the police, so they can focus their attentions on that. In this case, they have Sonia Massey. Okay, so let's not forget all the other times they've done this. With that all being said, let's get into it. I see you, Mr. Elevation. Sophie is in the house. Okay, and so now here's what I find interesting. Now, so it was reported today that Japanese stocks rebound from the worst crash since 1987, while global markets are mixed. Japanese shares soared Tuesday, clawing back some of their record losses from the previous day and underpinning a patchy recovery on global markets. Okay, so anyway, like I said, we're going to talk more about it, because 45 is blaming Kamala, which I'm not surprised. Of course, he's going to try to find some reason to blame Kabami. Now, for those of you following the backup channel, there's the link. I just dropped it. So now let's get into these receipts. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance. Now let's talk about T.I. getting arrested in Atlanta. Now they say it was a case of mistaken identity. Apparently there is a man whose name is also Clifford Harris, which is T.I.'s birth name. And so he was locked up because he had the same name as somebody else, or somebody had the same name as him. It's all so crazy. The wild reason T.I. was arrested at Atlanta's airport. Now, in a case of mistaken identity, rapper T.I. was arrested on Sunday, August the 4th, at the Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. Now, apparently, there was a warrant that had been issued for another man who shares the same real name as the rapper, and he was wanted in Baltimore, Maryland. The suspect that police are searching for is accused of stalking and being violent towards a woman during an incident that may have involved a gun. T.I. was transported from the airport to Clayton County Jail. Now, I want you all to think about this. T.I., for one, is one of the top rappers. He's one of the most well-known, and he also specifically is well-known down here in Atlanta. Okay, he's the king of the South. Okay, anybody in Atlanta that doesn't know T.I. must have been living under a rock. Okay, so you mean to tell me that he was arrested at the Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson Airport because they didn't realize who he was, because they thought he was some man by the name of Clifford Harris from Baltimore, and that he was stalking some woman, and this involved a weapon? Now, y'all know this is a load of BS. Now, in addition, because the warrant was issued out of state, the arrest led to an automatic extradition hearing. T.I.'s lawyer, Steve Siddall, told TMZ that he spoke to the Clayton County Sheriff's Office and managed to get T.I. released within 2 hours of his arrest. Ultimately, the judge reviewed the incident and decided to toss the extradition order. T.I. and his family are used to making headlines. Now, last year, while attending the Atlanta Falcons NFL game, the What You Know MC and his wife Tiny and their son King Harris got into a public fight. Okay, I don't see why that's important. But anyway, with that all being said, here's the thing. I just want you all to pay attention. Now, if you really think that this was all just happenstance, that it was literally a case of mistaken identity, that they didn't in fact know who T.I. really was, let's just say they didn't. Now, you know, T.I. and Tiny and whoever else was with them told them who he was. You also know that T.I. showed them his driver's license with his face on it, his address on it. So they had to have known that he was an Atlanta resident. And then all they would have had to have done was check the system. You mean to tell me they didn't have a picture or photo of this other Clifford Harris? They didn't have any type of description for him? They didn't have any information except that this man had a warrant for stalking and doing something violent involving a gun. This is all a load of BS. I want you all to pay attention because this is what they very often do to Black folk, just to harass you, to inconvenience you, and to cause you any sort of harm that they can. Now, you can say otherwise, but that's absolutely the way I feel about it. And I think this was all done on purpose so they could purposely inconvenience him and also embarrass and humiliate him. Can you imagine being arrested in the middle of the airport while you're with your family and there's fans all around watching and looking? And don't you think that the fans were saying to them, if they heard or knew why he was being arrested, hey, that's T.I. He lives right here in Atlanta. He's a rapper. You don't think anyone else was co-signing for this man? How did this even happen besides nefariousness? Okay, I want you all to pay attention to how the law is weaponized against us. Okay, please pay attention. This is something that happens all the time. And remember how I told you all how even the drug testing is weaponized against us, how facial recognition is weaponized against us, all of these things, because they have said, it's been reported, and we all know, I've shown you the stories and done reports on it, how someone of my skin tone is usually falsely identified through their facial recognition, because for some reason it's not very good with picking up people that are heavily drenched in melanin. Don't you find that interesting? I've also told you and shown you the receipts as to how people of my skin tone are very often failed drug tests, when in fact they didn't even do drugs. There was a police officer who was Black and was said to have tested positive for drugs because they did a hair follicle test and then come to find out that he went into the evidence room. And when he went into the evidence room, well, dust and residue from the illegal substances in there attached to his hair because his hair is full of melanin. So I just want you all to pay attention. Y'all think they don't know this when they're creating this technology? You all think they don't know this when they're programming algorithms? Well, of course they know. This is all done purposely. Okay? If I were T.I., I would probably, even though it's probably a waste of his time, because I'm sure he has better things to do, but just to prove a point, just to inconvenience them as they did me, I would likely sue them. I would likely sue them. And it wouldn't even be about the money. It'd be about the principle of the matter, because that's harassment, okay? They knew who that man was at the end of the day. So everyone, please get the likes up. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Purple X said, they must have been immigrants because there's not a being here in this country that didn't know Mr. Expeditiously. I didn't know who Mr. Expeditiously is. Not Mr. Expeditiously. No, they weren't immigrants. They were from right here. And they knew exactly who he was, no matter what they say. I'm calling BS, okay? But this is something, like I said, that happens on a regular. Now, just imagine if that had been some regular person who didn't have a lot of money, who didn't have connections, who wasn't known by mayors and other people in the city, who didn't have an attorney already on standby that he could simply call and get out. Just think about if that was one of us. We could have been extradited to a whole nother state on a load of BS that we didn't even know anything about and sat in jail and languished for days, even weeks, until the truth came out. I just want y'all to pay attention. Do you see how detrimental this type of BS is? But it usually happens to people who look like me. Okay, please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, before I continue, let's have a word from my sponsors over at 12 Tribes. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance, beloveds. I mean, at the end of the day, it seems like we can't win for losing sometimes, right?
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
All right, and you can get your 12 Tribes at Lisa Crafts on Etsy.com, and also Walmart.com. Okay, so now let's talk about Keffe D and this whole Tupac trial that starts, mind you, November the 4th of 2024. So just a couple of days ago, they reported again that Keffe D's son is blaming the prosecutors for putting them in danger after mentioning Diddy in the murder of Tupac case. Now, here's the thing. You may remember months ago that I told you all how the son had visited Keffe D and they had a conversation that was, of course, recorded. And then basically, he said that there was a green light put on them, which means that someone was given the go to do something to them. That's what he was implying. And so they were fearful and felt like they needed protection. Well, so now he's basically saying that, it's the prosecutor's fault because they mentioned they mentioned Diddy's name 77 times in the filings. But here's the thing. Why did they mention his name? They mentioned his name because Keffe D mentioned his name. He started talking about Diddy having paid that $1 million or promising that $1 million payment and giving the money to Zip. He started saying that in 2008. Don't change up now, Keffe D. So Tupac Shakur murder suspect Keffe D's son claims prosecutors are jeopardizing his father's safety in jail by linking him to Sean Diddy Combs. I'm sorry, I don't feel anything. Are we supposed to feel sorry for Keffe D? Okay, because he feels like his life is threatened, but you took someone's life or you helped in it in some way, allegedly. And according to him, he said it himself. Okay, so anyway, goes on to say, this has raised concerns for Keffe D's safety at the Clark County Detention Center in Las Vegas. Now, Dwayne Davis Jr. alleged to the Sun that Bloods gang leaders in Los Angeles have sanctioned a kill order against his father in response to Keffe D's arrest, with public statements connecting him to the Tupac murder case. Keffe D, who remains detained while awaiting trial for the charges he's facing for his alleged involvement in the 1996 murder of Shakur in Las Vegas, is allegedly now facing threats from rival gang members while in jail. Now, the dispute revolves around the prosecutor's handling of the case, particularly their frequent references to the Bad Boy Records mogul. Accusations against Diddy claim that he was connected to Tupac's murder and offered a $1 million reward for it, shaping the prosecution's narrative with repeated mentions in legal documents. Now, according to Davis, the prosecutor's emphasis on Diddy has heightened the danger for Keffe D, making him a more vulnerable person in prison. Davis expressed concern, telling the outlet that, "I feel like they're putting us in more danger bringing up P. Diddy. He's rich as hell." Now, as reported by the Daily Mail, Diddy was mentioned a total of 77 times in the recently filed legal documents, which could be attributed to Keffe D's persistent allegations linking the hip-hop mogul to the tragic death of Tupac. He said this himself. They wouldn't have mentioned Diddy at all had he not in the first place. Now, Davis also contested the prosecutor's interpretation of his jail conversation with his father, where he mentioned a potential threat using the phrase green light. Now, he clarified that he intended to alert his father to a perceived threat, not to incite criminal activity, because apparently they were trying to say that he was coming there to tell his father they were going to do something to someone, but that wasn't the case, according to him. However, Keffe D was almost out of jail. Now, in a ruling by a judge in Clark County, bail was denied by the former gang member due to a lack of evidence proving the legitimacy of his financial resource. Okay, now Keffe D reportedly made arrangements to pay his $750,000 bail to the Clark County District Court on June the 20th. When he appeared before Judge Carly Kearney on June the 25th to discuss the terms of his house arrest release and the source of the funds, his bond was ultimately denied on June 26th due to uncertainty surrounding the legitimacy of the money provided by entertainment manager Cash Whack 100 Jones. Now, during the court session via video link, WAC 100 disclosed that he made a down payment of $112,500, considering it a gesture of goodwill from the company's funds. Okay, now we already remember this because we talked about this, but let's talk about what they're saying today. And quite frankly, if you've been listening to the Queen, you know this too. But so now Keffe D is claiming that he was trying for years to get his money from Diddy. Okay, now that's what I didn't know. We did know that he said Diddy promised $1 million payment. Zip ran off with the money. He never got it and all of this. But now he's saying that he tried for years to get that money from Diddy. Mike Dorsey, the filmmaker behind the murder rap documentary, released never before heard audio of Tupac Shakur murder suspect Keffe D's 2008 conversation, and basically a confession. And this was on Monday, August the 5th. Now, Keffe D revealed that his struggles that he dealt with to get paid for Shakur's murder after Diddy allegedly offered $1 million for the hit. Keffe D, whose real name is Dwayne Davis, allegedly told Harlem gangster Eric Von Zip Martin to collect the money from Diddy days after the murder. Now, 4 to 6 weeks later, Keffe D met Martin again, and Keffe D said Martin had been avoiding him. He said, "What's up with the cash?" This is what Keffe D recalls asking at the meeting. And then Zip says, "Diddy ain't give it to me yet. We need money, mother sucker. They took our guns, all that ish. We need some money. They got millions." Now, Keffe D went to prison for unrelated charges in 1998. After serving a 4-year sentence, his associate Wynn Prince encountered Diddy at a party at Snoop Dogg's house in Los Angeles County. Now, Prince, who supposedly thought Keffe D was on house arrest, inquired about payment for Shakur's murder. Diddy allegedly gave Prince a phone number for him to call. He said, "If I would have seen his ass, give me the jewelry, give me everything." You know, this is what Keffe D said. Basically said he would have robbed him. A stupid mother sucker. I told you. Okay, you let him give you a number? That was so stupid. Why you didn't get the jewelry? Keffe D told police he called the number that was given to him from Prince. He said Diddy didn't answer. That man got about 50 phones. He can throw that ish away. He gets phones easy. Now, Keffe D admitted that he hadn't talked to Diddy or Martin since leaving prison. The murder suspect revealed a desperate attempt to confront Diddy about the lack of payment in 2008. He says, when he got the walk of fame, mother sucker, I was right there. But there was too many police around. According to Keffe D, he allegedly met an associate of Martin before speaking to the police as part of a proffer agreement. Now, the associate told Keffe D, Zip got paid. Martin keeping the money for himself. Now, this is what led to Keffe D's confession. Now, I want you to pay attention, because where the hell is Zip? Okay, where is Zip? Because if you ask me, they need to be tracing the money to see if they can find it. You know, if it was wired to him, however he got it, they can see any trace of it. He supposedly bought a restaurant. Where did he get the funds from that he acquired the restaurant with? I have questions, and these are things they should be looking into if they aren't. I would think that they have that much sense. But anyway, goes on to say, I think if he would have just gave us half the money, I would have stayed strong. Like, F it. Keffe D was arrested for Shakur's murder in 2023. He awaits trial in Nevada. So basically, I want you to pay attention. Okay? He said that Zip got the money, Martin keeping the money for himself, led to Keffe D's confession. So here's the thing. Why are they now, he and his son, trying to act as though, you know, it's the prosecutor's fault that Keffe D's getting threats? If he's even really getting threats. I don't know. Because why all of a sudden is he getting threats? He started talking about this in 2008. He already confessed to it during the proffer agreement. So at the end of the day, he's getting threats now. I find that very interesting. Maybe Diddy's having someone to threaten him, so he keeps his mouth shut. Who knows? But at the end of the day, he needs to go ahead and tell the truth, because Diddy's going down either way. And so with that all being said, allegations of Diddy putting a hit on Shakur resurfaced in July. Prosecutors cited Keffe D's past accusations in a court filing. Now, Keffe D has asserted publicly that he only told on himself and wasn't trying to provide evidence against anyone else in his conversations with police. This is what the prosecutors wrote. However, this statement belies his claim, as he suggested that Sean Combs paid Eric Von Zip $1 million for the killings, as well as offered to set up a surreptitious phone call with Terrence Brown, the driver who at the time was still alive. And then also, why did Diddy give Win Prince that number for him to give it to Keffe D for him to call him, okay, if he didn't owe that man money? Now, Shakur's family hired attorney Alex Spiro, among others, to investigate the allegations against Diddy. The hip-hop mogul has repeatedly denied any involvement in Tupac Shakur's death. Now, what do y'all think about this? Y'all know that man is lying. Y'all know darn well everything he said previously is the truth. Okay? Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance. So why is he lying? Hold on. Let me just pull up him. Let me just pull up him talking about it. Likes up, everyone. Here we go. Now, here's the thing. Keffe D thought he could get away with it. Yes, he did. Terry Hinton said, Alexa, please play These Are My Confessions. Exactly. The bottom line is Keffe D didn't realize that that proffer agreement that he made, that only entailed him having a conversation with the police on that day, that interview that he did. Nobody told him to go write memoirs and do all these other interviews. Nobody told him to be running his mouth, but he was proud of what he did and he was bragging on it. Okay, now he's getting his karma, and now he wants to sit here and tell another story. I hope him and Diddy go down. Hold on, beloveds. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put an overlay on the screen because I'm not going to show the video. I'm just going to play the audio.
So let's talk about what happens next. You know, based on what the book says, Zip gave you a Glock, gave you guys a Glock, and you guys tossed it in the back seat. And Bubble Up was a driver, and Baby Lane and Freaky were in the back seat.
We were just all in the car together. Just saying that.
This was the white Cadillac.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are driving around, and then you hear these girls say, Tupac, Tupac.
No, we coming up, what's the name? Was that Flamingo? Yeah, I think that's Flamingo. We was coming to Flamingo and got to the light. He was going to go drink and smoke some weed, and he happened to be hanging out the window. He was hanging out the window like he was in a parade.
Tupac.
Yeah, he was.
So what happens next?
And we just came, and shit, I ain't going to go into the details like that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you got it in a book. You done played it, everything else, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, in the book, you said that as you're driving up towards the BMW with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat, and you said that Tupac pulled out a gun.
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually see a gun?
No, shit. Once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So someone from your car
That's what I
started shooting at Tupac and Suge.
Plane starts blasting. You say Suge looks over, he sees you. He looks right at you.
Yeah, he looked at me.
Okay. When he looks over at you.
Now, this is him talking. This is Keffe D. Davis talking to former detective Greg Kading during the proffer agreement.
And then, Tupac's busy getting shot. Evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to either get out of the
back seat or something.
Yeah, what do you see happening inside of their car?
I seen a bullet going straight again. I thought he was dead.
So random shots across Dre?
He leaned over on the window. We rolled down the window, popped.
Who was it?
They was drove on my side. I was popped. You know what I'm saying? But they was on the other side.
Right.
I'm not gonna go into details on that one. Keep the streets on me. I ain't gonna go into detail on that.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and read from the book.
Well,
so
let them buy the book then.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna read this passage. The shit was on. Tupac made an erratic move and began to reach down beneath his seat. It was the first and only time in my life that I could relate to the police command, keep your hands where I could see them. Instead, Pac pulled out a strap, and that's when the fireworks started. One of my guys from the backseat grabbed the Glock and started busting back. The first shot skinned Suge in the head, and I thought that motherfucker was dead. I had heard some stories, supposedly that Suge used Tupac as a shield when the bullets started flying, but that's some bullshit. Suge was already wounded, and he was the one that got touched. As the rounds continued flying, I ducked down so I wouldn't get hit.
Basically, yeah.
White Cadillac arm came out the back seat and started letting off.
What went through your head when you saw that?
They shoot my nigga.
So the bullets started flying. Tupac and Suge's car get all shot up. Was there? And I'd heard different versions of the story, but the one version I heard was that that their entourage started shooting back.
Basically, yes.
Okay. Does anyone from the death row side return fire?
Yes.
Okay. Can you say who that was?
Yeah, he's no longer with us. His name was Buntry. One of Suge's right-hand guy, our good friend, Alton McDonald. He chased the car down. He also received one gunshot to his vehicle. His car was shot. He had a black Toyota Supra. And him and another guy returned shots at that car.
Yeah, they saying they left their guns at home now. They started shooting back. And some chicks was in the sea breeze, started following a white sea breeze, right top sea breeze.
Why were the girls following you guys?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's crazy.
But I guess their window got shot out.
Front windshield, yeah. Yeah.
And they stopped following you at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
I've talked to a couple people that were there about the situation. And from what they told me was that, you guys came up, the car that you were in came up behind Tupac's car. You guys the cars were not facing each other.
No, they weren't facing each other.
They were not facing each other.
Gutter lane.
You guys got up parallel to them, behind them. And, when you look side by side. So how would you even see Tupac reach for anything if you're driving behind him?
We weren't driving behind. We were side by side at the light.
Oh, okay. You guys were already side by side.
Yeah.
All right, so there you heard it. Now, he didn't say anything about Diddy. And likely because he fears Diddy. Because we can still tell right now that he still seems to fear him. That's why they're upset that the prosecutors mentioned Diddy's name in the court filings. But at the end of the day, the truth's going to come out, okay? At the end of the day, it's coming out one way or another. All right? So, with that all been said, you heard it for yourselves. You heard it for yourselves. Now, before I get out of here, I want you all to hear this video and see this footage of this black man that you can't see his face, but you hear his voice. He was apparently trying to get people to vote or get people signed up to vote or whatever. And some racist people, basically, this racist man called him the N-word and went in on him. And then I'm just going to let you all see the exchange. The man told him something about there's a hanging tree for ninjas like you. Okay, so let's get into it. I had to edit this heavily because there was a whole lot of F-bombs being dropped. All right, it's a whole lot of them being dropped. I didn't add the beeps because it was too much. I just muted the F-bombs as best I could. Okay, likes up, everyone, please like and share.
And where the tree at to hang people at? Where is that? Where is the hanging tree at?
In your backyard.
Gentlemen, can I please?
No, no, no. He just said there's a hanging tree down there to hang people like me. That's racist.
That is.
That is racist. Y'all go take his back and he's being racist?
Motherfucker. He's a crying motherfucker.
You know what?
That is fucking horrible of you.
He's just as human as
I'm doing a job and I did not disrespect you, not once.
Oh, man. Come on. Get out of here. Get the f*** out of here.
You, man, you know what? Fuck, and I'm not leaving. Make me leave, motherfucker. I can't take it.
I don't make trash. I burn it. That's 5th grade.
And y'all laughing at this? And y'all laughing at this? This is what y'all like? This is what y'all like?
We love it, man. We love it.
You love it?
Get your fatty flag on, man. Come on. Get your confetti on, man.
And all of y'all accepted this shit.
That's right. That's right. We do. Hey, man, I'm having a great day. I'm having a great day.
All of y'all. And I'm going to stay right here because y'all don't scare me.
You gotta suck me.
What? Gotta do what?
I'm built like a lemon. You gotta suck me.
Is this the way that you're talking on camera to me, sir, and I never disrespected you until you disrespected me?
Oh, candid camera, actually. I'm gonna be on the 5 o'clock news. No, I'm gonna be on how. I thought you said you had a job.
I got a job.
Well, go do it.
Man, fuck. You do it.
Oh, hey,
Just go do your job. You do your job.
I'm doing it. Why do people say you to everybody?
He said you too. What the mean? He being to me, man. Get the out of my face. Out of my face.
Jesus Christ.
I don't give a How you doing?
He seems to know.
Are you along with them?
Yes, he is.
Okay, but why is he being racist to me talking about their hanging tree down there? Are you along with that? Are you down with that as well, like him?
He's my dad.
Get off me. Don't touch me. I'm not on your property. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Do y'all see this shit?
I'm not saying nothing. I'm telling you to get off my property.
Now what? Let's do it. Come on, let's go. Slap me, hit me. I want you to. I want you to hit me.
I love you. You're my brother.
No, I'm not your brother.
You're
Don't touch me. This racist to the most.
You're my brother.
You're wrong.
You're my brother.
You're wrong. You get out of my face.
Do you understand what that means? Do you know where you are? Do you know the history of the town?
I don't give a f. I'm not doing anything to anybody. Y'all gonna kill me? Tell me. Tell me. Do it.
You're my brother.
Do y'all see? Don't touch me.
I love you, baby.
Are y'all gonna allow this shit to happen? This racist stuff?
Come on, come down.
No, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Baby, why are you
Don't
so
touch me.
upset?
Don't touch me. Why are you touching me, ma'am?
Okay, come on.
This is crazy.
Calm down. You're causing a big old fuss.
Because I didn't do anything to anyone.
Honey, I know, honey. Jesus loves you. It's okay.
Do y'all see this at the most?
Jesus loves him. He just don't get it right now. Calm down.
Can you let me go if I can leave, please, ma'am? But but you're steady touching me.
Honey, I love you, baby.
You're steady touching me, ma'am. This is assault.
Do you have a mama?
This is an assault.
Do you have a mama?
Do
you have a mama?
Ma'am, can you
Do you
leave
have
me?
a dad? What are you doing
I'm
here?
doing a job.
Well,
and I'm not bothering anyone.
Well, you are now. You got everybody all upset,
But you're
baby.
touching me. Don't touch me, ma'am. You're touching me. I have to call the police. That's assault.
I'm taking you. He's right here. Let's go.
Don't touch me. You don't touch me.
I'm not, baby.
Can you leave me alone? Y'all gonna allow this shit to happen like nobody cares? Nobody sees this racial shit going on?
Honey, the sheriff's right here. You can tell him all you want.
Your dad just said there's a hanging tree for niggas like me. What does that mean? What does that mean? And I did not disrespect your dad. I asked him nicely. Excuse me, sir, are you a registered voter? He said no. I said thank you. And then he turned around and said there was a hanging tree down the road for niggas like me. That's exactly what he said. And all of them ganged up on me. I have it on video.
I'm so sorry that happened to you.
And everybody is going along with that shit.
Are you okay?
No.
What do you need right now?
Look, I can show you the video.
Yeah, it's okay. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
And all of them.
Okay, that was absolutely deplorable. And I want you to pay attention to how the Karen comes over, and first she's telling him to get off of her property. Okay, and then she later starts trying to act like she's being so nice. I love you. You're my brother. No, that was her further trying to antagonize him by using microaggressions and also by being passive aggressive. That's what she was doing. Now, the thing about him that kind of bothered me was the fact that he kept engaging them. Okay, he seemed like his feelings were hurt. I mean, I understand you being angry if someone called you that and said that to you, but he seemed more like his feelings were hurt. And he kept saying, I didn't disrespect them. And he almost sounded like he wanted to cry. Now, I don't like that. Okay, I don't like that. He sounded like he wanted to cry at the end of the day. First of all, and they were likely trying to provoke him to violence. Okay, that's what they definitely were trying to do, because the police were right there nearby. Michelle said, my skin was crawling. Okay, seen from Children of the Corn. Exactly. Not that they, hold on. Someone said that he wanted acceptance. Yeah, that's what it seemed like. That Crazy Beach area said he wanted their acceptance. And that's exactly what it seemed like. That's how it came off as. Okay, like he was just trying to fit in and was upset because they rejected him. Then his feelings seemed like they were hurt. Honey, my feelings wouldn't have been hurt. I would have read them for filth. You want to call me a ninja? Well, if you think I'm a ninja, that's a matter of opinion. Okay, because y'all deem that as an ignorant person. Okay, so if you think I'm ignorant, that's your opinion. But let's talk about some facts. And then I would have went into biological and scientific facts that would have made them look and feel stupid. Okay, now they would have been the ones mad, not me. Not me. And you darn sure would have hurt my feelings. But at the end of the day, it's a shame that this is still going on in 2024. But hey, this country isn't racist, according to Kabami and Tim Scott. Okay, please pay attention. Please pay attention. This is all so crazy. Now, the thing is, the lady that asked him, do you know the history of this town? Well, what's the history of it? Is it a sundown town? I have questions. And why was he there by himself? Because it looked like he was the only one who looked like him that was there. He didn't have anyone come with him. And he's out there supposedly trying to get people to vote, apparently. Southwest Texas says, my mouth is too reckless to be standing there going back and forth. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to go back and forth. I'm going to say what I say, and that's going to be the end of it. If you want to throw some hands or you want to do something else, well, let's get it popping at the end of the day, because I stay strapped and ready. So if you want to do something like that, but at the end of the day, they told him there was a hanging tree. And you know what? His feelings were also hurt because the rest of them were laughing. I wouldn't have expected anything different than for all of them to be in on it. They're not going to side with him. We know how that goes. But it was also childish when the man told him that he burns trash. Isn't that what he said? I mean, I haven't heard that since 2nd or 3rd grade. Okay, please pay attention. It's all so ridiculous. All right. Neon Black said, get the F out of there before you get murked. I know. Why are you there by yourself? This is all crazy. Anita said, cringeworthy. Okay. Regina said, no, we don't know because you all don't want to teach real history of America. Well, see, that's why we have to teach it ourselves, beloved. Yeah, they don't want to teach, but that doesn't mean we can't learn it. The stuff is out there. There's plenty of Black history books. There's plenty of Black people that sell them. You can find this information. And also with the age of technology and all the stuff on the internet, listen, you have to teach yourself these things if you don't know, and especially teach your children. Okay, not knowing it's no excuse these days. Not knowing it's no excuse, like in the Bible it says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Okay, you have to educate and inform yourself. You can't expect them to give us the education that for so many centuries they didn't even want our ancestors to ever have. You can't expect your oppressor to teach you about how they oppressed you, is all I'm saying. So we have to do our own due diligence, okay? My mother taught us the real truth about our history and how Columbus didn't discover America and all that stuff. I knew that in the 1st grade at the end of the day. So with that all being said, Black people have to start to educate themselves. And we can't wait for them to put it in a book because they'll hide the books and burn them. Okay, we should all know that by now. All right, Reggie said that we perish not from lack of knowledge, but the use of that knowledge. Exactly. That's very true. And I've said that before as well, because the knowledge is out there. We can't even say we don't have the knowledge anymore, but some of us have the knowledge and don't use it. And we rather, stay stuck in a perpetual cycle of cognitive dissonance. Okay. That's what some of my people do. And that's the sad thing of it. All right. So anyway, with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in once again. Please like and share, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Timber Dan says for the next live, Harris picked Waltz as VP candidate. Thank you, beloved. I knew that she was going to pick somebody before I started that next live. Thank you. All right. So yeah. I will see y'all because we got to talk about this. All right. So thanks, Dan, for the information and insight and also for your contribution. All right. So everyone enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Let me drop the link to the next live in the chat. I know my mods probably already dropped it, but let me just drop it again. Okay. That's the link for the next broadcast starting at 10:45. So I hope to see you all there. Until then, beloved, enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hey, yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. That's See right. A bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got